Hello my extreme fans, it is Dalgreth, and welcome back to another episode of Your Saga. In this episode we will continue our story on Revan, where we left off last time. We will be going over the game KOTOR, and parts of the recent novel Revan. Like before, if you don't want to hear any of the spoilers, you can always watch one of our other videos on the channel. Now at the start of KOTOR, Revan wakes up on a ship rescued by Carth Onasi. He is informed that after a battle to rescue Revan, Bastila Shan had to take an escape pod, and then she crash-landed on the planet of Taris. Unknown to Revan at the time, her original intention was to kill him. However, despite this fact, she was an extremely valuable resource for her battle meditation technique, and using it could bolster an entire army. Because of this, Revan and Carth rescue Bastila Shan on the planet of Taris after meeting up with the unlikely companions Mishan and Zalbar. At this point, Darth Malak orders his admiral, Saul Karath, to bombard the planet to prevent the group from escaping. To escape the bombardment, the group steals the legendary Ebon Hawk, and then they escape. Bastila Shan then brings Revan and the group to Dantooine, where the Jedi Council begins teaching the mind-wiped Revan how to control his rediscovered powers. While on Dantooine, Revan returns a Sith to the light side and discovers a partial star map that leads to other star maps around the galaxy to find the Star Forge. When Revan brings this information back to the Council, they task him and the group to find the Star Forge. They then head to Tatooine by following the partial star map. While on Tatooine, Revan buys the droid HK-47, who would become an iconic character in the Star Wars universe. Using HK-47, he was able to negotiate an end to the attacks that the Tusken Raiders were executing on the Zerka Corporation. Due to this, he was able to find the star map he found, and shortly after led him to a Krayt Dragon cave. Here he assisted a local hunter named Comad Fortuna and killed the Krayt Dragon, which is an extraordinary feat of power. Before he could leave with the newest piece of the star map, a bounty hunter he met on Taris confronts him, and the bounty hunter was finished off by Revan and the group. At this point, Revan travels to Kashyyyk, the Wookiee homeworld, and finds that the Zerka Corporation is enslaving Wookiees. However, in order to reach the Shadowlands where the next star map was located, he would need the Wookiees' help. He headed to the Wookiee village of Rururkaror and discovers that Zalbar is banned from the Wookiee society, branded Mad Claw, and then Zalbar is held hostage until Revan hunted down a different exiled Wookiee in the Shadowlands. Revan discovers that Zalbar's father, Freer, was the Wookiee that he was sent to hunt. Freer and Revan have a confrontation, and shortly after, Revan discovers that the current chieftain is in league with the Zerka Corporation, and agrees with Freer that he would help him regain his throne. Revan retrieves the star map, kills the traitorous Wookiee chieftain, and returns both Zalbar and his father to full glory. After his trip to Kashyyyk, Revan and his group of companions head towards Manin, a mostly oceanic world. Here, Revan gets involved with the Republican Sith politics that result in him gaining a submersible vehicle that could reach the star map on the seafloor. Before he could reach the star map, Revan discovers that a giant shark is guarding the area and could easily kill Revan. Luckily for Revan, a scientist he met in an underwater facility named Kono gave him a poison that could kill the shark. However, if Revan used the poison, it would only destroy the underwater ecosystem. Revan chooses wisely and decides to destroy the machines that were disturbing the shark instead of using the poison. He then retrieves the star map and returns to the entrance of the base. Here he discovers an apprentice of Darth Malak's named Darth Bandon. After a battle between Revan and Bandon, Revan comes out victorious. On his way to the next star map, Revan and his companions were captured by the tractor beam of the Leviathan, which is a flagship in the Sith fleet. Before they could be drawn in, Revan sent one of his companions away to rescue them later, which does happen. As Revan and his groups fight their way back to the Ebon Hawk on the Leviathan, they fight Saul Karath and his troops, and they emerge victorious. At this point, Saul tells Carth the truth about Revan, which is still unknown to Revan. Carth becomes furious and continues forward with the group with reluctance. Before they can reach the Ebon Hawk, Darth Malak confronts the group and reveals to Revan the truth about his identity. A battle commences shortly after, and Bastila Shan tells Revan and Carth to save themselves. Before they could react, a door closes and they have no choice but to leave Bastila Shan and get off the Leviathan. Revan and his remaining group head to Korriban, a Sith world, to find the last star map. Revan has to gain admittance to the Sith Academy once again, and starts to get noticed by the Sith Masters. While on the planet, he plots the death of Uthar Wynn, redeems an ancient Sith Lord as it brings him to the light side, and spares the life of Uthar Bane. Before he could leave, the entire Sith Academy catches on, and all the students attack Revan, and were all killed by him. He then sets a course to the Star Forge after finally retrieving all the star maps, and crash lands on the planet Lihone before they could reach the Forge. After having to find parts for the Ebon Hawk, he discovers an ancient species called the Rakata. He regains the favor from the elders, which he disgraced earlier, and then was allowed access to the Temple of the Ancients. He shuts down a disruption field in the Temple of the Ancients, and that allows him and his crew to finally leave Lihone. However, it is here where Revan and his companions confront the dark side version of Bastila Shan. They discover that through torture and other dark means, Malak has corrupted her and made her swear loyalty to the dark side. Revan tries to redeem Bastila, but fails, and is forced to confront her. But before he could deal the final blow, she flees and gets to the Star Forge. Revan and his crew set a course to the Star Forge, which leads them into a massive space battle that kills hundreds and hundreds of people on both sides. Here he confronts Bastila Shan once more, but this time has to do so alone. Even with all the dark power she could draw from the Forge, she was unable to defeat Revan. Revan turns Bastila back to the light, where Bastila admits her love for Revan and promises to help the Republic with her battle meditation. This turns the tides drastically, and Revan heads to Malak's chamber to confront his old apprentice for the final time. He reaches the chamber after a few droids try to stop him, and he duels Malak. During the battle, Revan destroys machines in the chamber that feed on dying Jedi inside them, which in turn lets the Jedi die and become one with the Force finally. This act infused Revan with immense power, which allowed him to overpower Malak and kill him. Before the Star Forge could be destroyed, Revan and his group flee from the Star Forge, and Revan is brought back into the Jedi Order as the Prodigal Knight. 2 years later, Revan and Bastila Shan were happily married, where he began to have dark dreams about the true Sith in the unknown regions. Due to these nightmares, Revan researched an old general of his, the Jedi exile Meecha Surik, which was the star of KOTOR II. He discovered that she cut herself off from the Force in shame of her actions, and for her safety from the Jedi. Disturbed by this, he dedicated his next actions to destroy the true Sith. After a conflict later between the Mandalorians on the planet of Rekiad, Revan convinces his old comrade Canderous Ordo to become the new Mandalore of the Mandalorians. Canderous was very reluctant about this, but went along with it, trusting Revan and his plan. During the conversation, though, Revan decided to head to the planet Anathema, where he felt a strong connection, but no Force connection at all, and he had to investigate. This is where we will continue on our next episode of Revan's journey through the universe. If you enjoyed this episode, remember to use the Force and click the like button. Also, if you really like this episode, more are coming soon, so remember to hit the subscribe button up top. Have a great one, and may the Force be with you.
As much as you can. Luckily, it seems as if the hounds I tried to push the enemy away from me, but